Imagine being on top of your financial game, having control over your money and not the other way around. This is not a dream, but a possible reality with the right principles and techniques. Financial success is not about amassing wealth, but rather, it's about understanding how your money works and making it work for you. And a key strategy to achieving this is budgeting. But we're not just talking about any type of budgeting. We're focusing on collaborative budgeting, a powerful tool that couples, families, and businesses can utilize to align financial goals, manage resources better, and ultimately, thrive. In this journey towards financial mastery, we'll be exploring 5 principles: setting clear financial goals, establishing a budget together, communication, tracking expenses, and celebrating successes while learning from setbacks. So buckle up as we dive into the principles of financial success and the magic of collaborative budgeting. First things first, you need to know where you're headed. Setting clear financial goals is the starting point. And to set effective financial goals, we can turn to the SMART acronym: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let's break that down. Specific goals are explicit and detail-oriented, leaving no room for ambiguity. Instead of saying, "I want to save more money," a specific goal would be, "I want to save $200 every month." Measurable goals have clear indicators of progress. In our saving example, the $200 a month is your measuring stick. You'll know at the end of each month whether you've hit your target or not. Achievable goals are realistic and within your reach. If you're earning $1,000 a month, saving $800 of it may not be achievable. It's important to set goals that stretch you, but not to the point of breaking. Relevant goals align with your broader financial objectives. If your ultimate aim is to buy a house, then saving for a luxury vacation may not be the most relevant goal. Time-bound goals have a deadline. This creates a sense of urgency and helps to prevent procrastination. So instead of intending to save $200 indefinitely each month, you might set a goal to save $2,400 over the course of a year. Now let's talk about how we can make this a collaborative effort. By setting financial goals together, whether it's with a partner, family, or even a business team, you can align your priorities and foster a shared sense of responsibility. It's motivating to work towards common goals, and it helps to keep everyone accountable. For instance, a family might have a long-term goal of saving for the children's college education and a short-term goal of saving for a summer vacation. By discussing and agreeing on these goals together, everyone understands what they're working towards and why certain financial decisions are made. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So set your financial goals, make them SMART, and involve everyone who has a stake in achieving them. This is the first and perhaps most crucial step towards financial success through collaborative budgeting. Now that you have your goals, it's time to map out your journey. This is where collaborative budgeting comes into play. Imagine setting off on a road trip without a map or directions. You might have a vague idea of where you're headed, but without a clear path, it's easy to get lost or sidetracked. The same principle applies to financial planning. A budget serves as your financial roadmap, guiding you towards your goals and keeping you on track. Creating a budget collaboratively ensures that everyone is on the same page. This involves identifying all sources of income, tracking your current expenses, and understanding where your money is going. Start by listing all forms of income. This could be your salary, dividends from investments, rental income, or any other sources. Next, categorize your expenses. These may include fixed expenses like rent or mortgage payments, utilities, and insurance. Then there are variable expenses such as groceries, entertainment, and personal care. Remember, nothing is too small to be overlooked. Those daily coffee runs or monthly subscriptions can add up over time. Once you have a clear picture of your income and expenses, it's time to allocate funds. This is where you decide how much money goes into each category of your budget. This step requires honest discussions and compromises, especially when resources are limited. It's important to prioritize needs over wants and focus on your financial goals. Now let's talk about budgeting tools. In today's digital age, there's a variety of apps and online platforms that can make the budgeting process easier and more efficient. These tools can help you track your spending in real time, set budget limits for different categories, and even send you alerts when you're nearing those limits. They also allow multiple users, making it easy to collaborate with your partner, family, or team. Finally, remember that a budget isn't set in stone. It's a dynamic tool that should be reviewed and adjusted regularly to reflect changes in your income, expenses, or financial goals. In the world of finance, those who fail to plan to fail. So take the driver's seat, establish your budget together, and navigate your way to financial success. Communication is the key to any successful relationship, and it's no different when it comes to managing finances together. When it comes to collaborative budgeting, nothing is more crucial than open and regular communication. It's the backbone of financial success, enabling a clear understanding of each party's needs, wants, and expectations. Just imagine trying to navigate a maze blindfolded. That's exactly how it feels to manage finances without proper communication. But how do we ensure effective communication? Well, one strategy is to set regular budget meetings. These meetings don't have to be formal or lengthy, they can be as simple as a weekly sit-down over coffee. The goal here is to review your budget, discuss any changes in income or expenses, and make sure everyone is on the same page. It's all about creating a routine that promotes transparency and fosters a sense of shared responsibility. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, financial disagreements. They're inevitable, but they don't have to lead to conflict. When disagreements arise, it's important to approach them constructively. That means listening to each other's viewpoints without interrupting, seeking to understand before being understood, and focusing on the issue at hand rather than resorting to personal attacks. Remember, the goal isn't to win an argument, it's to find a solution that works for everyone. A great tip to navigate these tricky waters is to use I statements instead of you statements. For instance, instead of saying, "You always overspend on groceries," say, "I noticed we've been going over our grocery budget recently. Can we discuss ways to bring it down?" This approach encourages dialogue instead of defensiveness, fostering a more productive conversation. In the end, maintaining open and regular communication in your financial journey is like keeping the headlights on in a car at night. It illuminates the path ahead, helps you avoid any potential pitfalls, and ensures you're moving in the right direction. Remember, when it comes to finance, silence isn't golden. Monitoring your expenses is like checking the compass during a journey. It helps you stay on course. Tracking expenses isn't just about knowing where your money goes. It's about gaining insight into your financial habits, seeing if you're living within your means, and understanding if you are on track to achieving your financial goals. It's about keeping your finger on the pulse of your financial health. Think of it this way. You wouldn't start a diet without first understanding your eating habits, would you? The same principle applies to your finances. By tracking your expenses, you're gathering the crucial data needed to make informed decisions about your budget. Now, you might be wondering, how can I identify areas where I'm overspending? It's simpler than you think. Start by categorizing your expenses. This could be groceries, rent, utilities, entertainment, and so on. Then, compare your actual spending to your budget for each category. If you're consistently going over budget in a particular category, that's a sign of overspending. However, don't be too hard on yourself. Overspending in one area doesn't mean you've failed. Instead, see it as an opportunity to reassess and adjust your budget. Maybe you underestimated how much you spend on groceries, or perhaps you need to cut back on entertainment. Adjusting your budget isn't just about cutting back, though. Life is dynamic, and your budget should be too. Maybe you've received a raise at work, or perhaps you've had a new addition to the family. These changes should be reflected in your budget. Remember, your budget is a living document. It should evolve with you and adapt to your changing circumstances. On the flip side, if you find that you're consistently underspending in certain areas, you can reallocate that money to other parts of your budget. Maybe you can put more towards savings, or perhaps treat yourself to something nice. The key is to make sure every dollar has a purpose. The secret to financial success is in the review and adjustment. So keep tracking, keep adjusting, and you'll find that financial success is well within your reach. Every journey has its ups and downs. The key is to celebrate the highs and learn from the lows. In our financial journey, it's essential to acknowledge our triumphs, whether it's sticking to a budget, paying off a debt, or reaching a savings goal. These victories, big or small, deserve a moment of celebration. They reinforce our commitment to financial discipline and boost morale. But what about when we face financial setbacks? Maybe we overspent on a vacation or had an unexpected expense that threw off our budget. It's easy to feel defeated in these moments, isn't it? But here's the thing. Setbacks are not failures. They are opportunities to learn, adjust, and grow. They help us refine our budgeting strategies and build resilience. Maintaining a positive atmosphere is key. Instead of dwelling on mistakes, Focus on finding solutions and making improvements. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. So, there you have it, the principles of financial success with collaborative budgeting. Let's take a moment to recap the key insights we've gleaned today. We started by understanding the importance of setting clear financial goals. These goals, when formulated with care and precision, can guide our financial decisions and keep us on track. Next, we delved into the process of establishing a budget together. By involving all relevant parties, we ensure everyone is on the same page and working towards the same financial goals. Open communication and regular check-ins further enhance this collaborative approach, keeping conflicts at bay and fostering a healthy financial environment. We also discussed the importance of tracking expenses and adjusting the budget as needed, as well as the value of celebrating successes and learning from setbacks. So why wait? Begin implementing these principles and techniques in your own lives. Like, subscribe and share this video to spread the word. Here's to your financial success. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Start today.